guys. So still have more issues, kind of like I talked in the last episode, or last upload, whatever you want to call it. So this is what's going on now. So the new issue I'm running into is it's drivable, but it's not comfortable. Let me explain a little bit. So the drive shaft, everything's in now. I've adjusted the clutch. Everything is drivable. The issue I'm running into now, I'm getting a weird vibration when it gets around 55 miles an hour. Now, I'm told it could be multiple things. One, the one-piece drive shaft could be out of whack. Number two, it could be some of the bolts have come loose or they weren't tightened completely. It does have a billet, I guess what would you call it? It does have a billet adapter plate that goes from the diff to the one-piece drive shaft. That could be causing NVH or extra noise. Those are the kind of options I have right now. Everything else is fine though. Knock on wood, everything else, it drives fine, it turns on, all that's sorted, but now I just have to figure out the rear end because obviously I don't want to be going over 55 and having issues. That would suck. The whole reason I kind of went to this was so I can finally drive the car on the highway at highway speeds and enjoy it, because with the W58 I had so many issues. It was miserable. So if I can get that resolved, that'll be much better and I'll be much happier. So I'm going to take a look at it here, jack it back up again, because I can't let anything go. Like, I have to fix it. Like, as soon as I find a problem, I have to fix the problem. I don't let anything stand. So that's what I'm gonna do here next. I'm gonna kind of go over it, and if I find anything, or if I find anything loose, I'll let you guys know and talk about it here. So let me go ahead and jack it up and take a look at it real quick. Oh, let me get my fat ass down here, roll back under again. Ooh. So the drive shaft here, guys, is only 2.5 inches. I'm not sure if that's quite big enough. This is what those guys said they were running, but that just seems extremely small to me. And after speaking to Jose, it should be at least 3.5, most likely a 4-inch drive shaft. I'm not sure why it's so small. I'm contacting Miguel right now to try and figure it out. I also wanted to show you guys, here's where I cut the bolts off at. I'll be able to still spend these off, that won't be an issue, but I had to cut those down. If you can see up there also where it was hitting before, I'm not sure if I can get in close enough so you guys can see, but you can see where it was rubbing just ever so slightly up there. So cutting that off eliminated that issue, but I checked all the bolts and everything is well cranked down. These are supposed to be at 61 foot-pounds, and I cranked it up to 70, and when I went to go, turn these a little bit more, and they were past 70, even I had cranked them harder than 70 foot-pounds by hand. So nothing from the axles is loose. These aren't loose up here. These bolts aren't loose. I just checked them all. For the input shaft there, just a slip-in yoke, so there's nothing to tighten there. So the only thing that really leaves is the drive shaft itself and this billet mount, if that's causing me excess NVH. I'm kind of leading towards this little guy, unfortunately. I thought maybe they sent me the wrong drive shaft, but if you look up here, it actually says my name on it, unless they marked the wrong drive shaft, but it says Ryan Scott right there. So a little frustrating. I go to tuning in 2 weeks. I'm usually very, very, very much ahead of time, so this is very frustrating for me, as I always do my due diligence and getting a little irritated that this isn't working right. So let's get out from underneath the car now. Well, I'm going to try taking it for a quick test spin here again, guys. I just got to keep testing it. It's the only thing I can really do, in hopes that it'll hopefully get better here. I shouldn't say hope it'll get better. I'm going to check it again here. I just retightened everything. If that doesn't solve it, then pull the drive shaft back off, twist it 180 degrees, and go from there. If you guys can hear me right now inside the car, I have it idling up right now, but I just want to go drive it and test it again here. I'm hoping the drive shaft's not too small at 2.5 inches. That's how I bought it. Bought it from Miguel as usual. I hope he didn't screw it up, or the drive shaft shop didn't screw it up. Usually I think it's normally to be around 3.5 inches. Some of the bigger ones are 4-inch. It's a steel drive shaft. I'm not sure if that factors into the equation all either. I don't know. So I'm gonna keep driving in here, give it a little test, and see where I'm at. At least the clutch feels good. Now that the pedal's been adjusted, all that feels normal and good now. Literally, it's just that vibration in the rear. Driving it around town, it is completely fine. I don't have any problems. The only problem I really honestly have is that little bit of noise once you hit 55 miles. I shouldn't say little bit, it's not even noise. I can physically feel it through the ass of my seat. If you guys have ever felt this before or dealt with it, let me know, give me some feedback. I can literally just feel it like vibrating through the seat, or like a humming feeling. It's hard to explain because it's not like a da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's just like a consistent like humming almost feeling. I can almost feel it coming up through the seat. It's very strange. I've never had it before, and I just had the W58 in it and drove it around, never had the issue, it was completely fine. Now that I have the R154 one-piece steel drive shaft and the auto TT rear end with the LSD is now where I'm starting to notice it. So I've changed 3 big items there, so kind of makes it hard to pinpoint. I don't think it's a trans, but it could be the drive shaft, the billet adapter itself causing excess NVH, or maybe something's wrong with the rear end. I don't know. Freed Engineering checked it before they sent it out, checked for all the play and everything. They said it was good, so kind of have to go from here and see where I'm at, but testing is all I can do and just hope for the best. So every day I'm going to keep testing until we get somewhere. So I'm going to keep you guys posted and keep going at this. Alright, let's give this a fucking shot here, guys. I hope you can actually hear this clearly, but we'll give it a shot here. This 6-puck is definitely different. There's the clanging of the rear. I gotta definitely get used to trying to slip this clutch in and out. Doesn't have very much catch room, as I put it. Doesn't have very much drag area. So I'm trying to get used to it still. Might have to change the clutch pedal a little bit more yet. Alright, so this motherfucker is driving fine, 40 miles an hour, 0 issues. Nothing, nada. As soon as I hit 50, this motherfucker, boy, does it want to piss me off today? I don't get it, man. Good still, 45, good. As soon as I hit 50, this motherfucker hums like my ass is on, like, whoo! 5th gear. We'll put the window up. I'm not sure if even putting the window up helps at all. And I'm hoping this audio quality comes out half decent. I really don't even know if this is going to come out right. But driving right now, and the one thing I didn't realize, like, the R154 has a bit of a almost like gear whine to it. I talked to multiple people and they all said it's normal, I guess because the gears are almost cut pretty damn close to a straight cut gear. It's an old transmission. If you really think about it, it's been around for a long time. Now the R154 itself is just an iteration of the R series. You have the R150, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. Then I think it was Pontiac and what was the other brand, I guess? We're using an iteration of it called the AR5, which is pretty much just a rebranded Toyota transmission. There's one issue I have too. Fit the 4th, doesn't always want to go into 4th gear. I talked to the builder about it, and he said he would rectify and fix the issue, but here we go. I'm about to get up over 50, so if you hear a humming, right there it is. That's 50. Drives fine, drives straight. That's not a problem. I can hear a humming coming from, or I can feel a humming coming from the ass end of the car. So what else do you guys want to learn about from the channel? NOZ sent out the headlight rings. I think I mentioned that before already. I'd like to do some fine tuning of this car now. Like I said, perfecting it and making it a true street car. The whole purpose of this car and the reason I built it was to make the best street car Supra I could. What I mean by that is I don't want stupid power. I have the ability to go 85 if I want to down the road. Right now I just don't have any desire to. If I can get close to 600 wheel horsepower, 550 to 600, I'm honestly okay with that. That's, you know, a little over 600 crank wheel horsepower in a car that weighs 3,200 pounds. I know back in the day that was heavy, but now, I mean, that's nothing. That means nothing to me. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think I should go for more power and be realistic? If you feel that way, give me a reason why. Or if you feel I should stay the way I'm at, why do you feel that way? I want to get your opinions on this because I like it where it's at right now. Hell, I've never been able to really romp on this car. I can't imagine what it's going to be like when I can fully just bang through the gears and just really rip on this car. It's going to be fun, I can tell you that much. Way too rich, too much fuel. It's on a base map still. Put the window back up. I just want to hear that turbo whistle. And I don't know if I'm actually even going 50 right now. So I'm told with the R154, if I don't have the right speed sensor in it, it won't tell me the right RPM. So I'm not sure how many teeth is on the sensor that's in the transmission right now. I have no idea.
because I did the math at 3,000 RPMs in 5th gear. I should be going 80 miles an hour with a 25.5-inch tire, but I'm showing 70, and I'm off by 10 miles an hour. So the math doesn't add up. Actually, I think it's like 80.85, so almost 81 miles an hour. So I'm like 11 miles an hour off of that. So something's off here. I don't have the right whatever, or my math is screwed up, but I'm 99.99999% sure my math is right. That's one thing I'm good at in life. So something else is wrong, and I'm just not sure what it is. Like right now, car's fine. Loud. I can tell you that much. Boy, she's loud. Drives smooth. Still have that terrible steering wheel shake though, which was before I even had this.
Alright guys, so I'm back home now. I did stop at Advanced Auto real quick to grab a few things. I got some paper towels, which I use my mechanics towels, and I got me some Brad Penn oil here. This is the only stuff I ever use. I like my green oil. Yes, it is green. That's why it says the green oil. I always use the stuff. It seems to work well for me. Do I really know if it's working well? I don't know. I need to send it out for one of those tests where they send you like the little bottle. I think it costs like 40 or 50 bucks. And you send it out and they check to see for medical particles and all this blah, 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 blah stuff. But yeah, I need to do that. But right now what I'm going to do is adjust the clutch pedal again, because it could be down a little bit further yet. It's releasing up still too high. So like when I'm trying to take off quick, I'm like, oh, where's it at? Where's it at? So I like to push it down a little bit further yet and go from there. So yeah, it was a pretty good drive for the most part. I got up to in Mexico, I hit like 130 in Mexico. So, you know, I went from Pennsylvania to Mexico just like that. And, yeah, got to about $130 and nothing. No shimmy, no shakes. The steering wheel still gives me issues, but I do feel vibration from the rear, which is partly because I have that billet adapter is not helping, and having that one-piece drive shaft that's probably not balanced. So, it's still frustrating. I'd like to get it resolved here, but we'll keep working with it. Alright guys, so finished up the last bit of testing I needed to do. So what we're going to do is this. Spoke to Miguel. There's a little bit of a way we can work this out. He's still going to work to get the one-piece drive shaft fixed, but he's going to send me 2 different halves of a stock drive shaft. Stock drive shaft supposedly can hold around 1,000 wheel horsepower. So I didn't know that, for one. Number 2, I couldn't use my NA one because it didn't use the right flanges, etc., etc. So what I need to do is this. I'm going to get the front half of an MK3 R154 drive shaft, the back half of a NA automatic drive shaft, and then what I also need to do is get I believe I have to get an NA auto donut that attaches to the actual pumpkin itself, and then I also have to change out the carrier bearing. The bearing that actually sits up in the center of the trans tunnel there. So I just have to get a TT one of those, and that should be it. So once I do all that, I'll be good to go, and I shouldn't have any issues, knock on wood, and we'll give that a try next. It's not exactly what I wanted to do, but it is what it is, and hopefully that rectifies the issue. I think the next thing I might do is actually put the solid billet ears into the diff. I might drop the diff down and actually do that. What kind of sucks is I have just filled it with fluid, and that is kind of a pain in the ass. Wah, wah, wah. Kind of hoping to do that kind of stuff next season, but you know how it goes. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. That's where I'm at right now. Kind of going to keep you guys posted. As usual, there's always some kind of issue. There's always something coming up, but that's part of the tuning game, learning what you're doing, and I'm trying to be as truthful as possible with you guys. I don't hide anything like a lot of these people do and say they don't have issues. I call bullshit, especially for someone that's learning. There's forums and all that stuff, and you still make mistakes. I didn't realize that I could have too small of a drive shaft. All these issues could arise, etc. So things pop up, shit happens. So thank you very much, guys, as usual. I appreciate everything you do. Go down below, check out my description, and you'll see my Facebook page and my Instagram. Go click on them, see all the content, because it's cool as shit. I'll talk to you later, guys. Peace!